Hey guys, in this video I'm reviewing one of the most popular and well-known 3D printers out there, the Creality Ender 3. If you have been researching 3D printers, you have probably come across this one. It's a budget-friendly printer that has garnered a huge following in the 3D printing community, and for good reason. In today's review, we'll be diving deep into what makes the Creality Ender 3 so popular and whether it's still a solid choice for both beginners and seasoned makers. Also, the link to this 3D printer will be included in the description below. Now let's start with the design and build quality. The Creality Ender 3 is a modular 3D printer, which means it comes in a kit and requires some assembly before you can start printing. Now this isn't a bad thing, it actually gives you a good understanding of how the printer works and allows you to troubleshoot easily if anything goes wrong down the line. The build is primarily made from steel, which provides a solid and stable base. The printer's frame is pretty compact, which means it doesn't take up a ton of space on your desk, making it a good choice for home use. As far as the build quality goes, the Ender 3 is surprisingly sturdy for its price. There's some plastic, but the key components are all solid. The print bed is heated, which is a big plus for ensuring good adhesion and preventing print warping, especially when using materials like ABS or PLA. It's not the flashiest 3D printer out there, but the Ender 3 gets the job done and looks sleek and simple. One thing that's worth noting is the open frame design, which isn't fully enclosed. This means the print area isn't shielded from ambient air, so if you are printing with materials that are sensitive to temperature, you might want to take extra precautions. Now let's talk about setup. The Creality Ender 3 comes partially assembled. You'll need to attach the frame, the gantry, the print bed. The assembly process itself is pretty simple and well documented, with clear instructions that guide you step by step. For beginners, it's a great opportunity to get familiar with how 3D printers work. I found the assembly process took me about 1 to 2 hours, which is pretty standard for a printer in this price range. Once the printer is physically assembled, you will need to level the print bed. This is one area where the Ender 3 can be a little challenging for new users, as it doesn't come with out-of-bed leveling. However, with some patience and adjusting the knobs on the four corners of the bed, you can achieve a great level of precision. There are a ton of tutorials online that can help you with this process, and once you get that hang of it, it becomes a quick task. In terms of software, the Ender 3 uses G-code for printing, which is the standard for most 3D printers. You'll need slicing software like Cura or Prusa Slicer to prepare your models, which you can then load onto the printer using an SD card. The process is fairly intuitive and you can get started in no time. Okay, now let's get into the real meat of this review, the print quality. The Creality Ender 3 is known for producing some excellent prints, especially considering its budget price. Let's break down the results I got after several tests. First off, let's talk about print resolution. The Ender 3 can print with a layer resolution as fine as 0.1 mm. This is 100 microns. This means you can achieve pretty sharp details even on small parts. I printed out several models, from simple objects like calibration cubes to more detailed models like miniatures, and the results were impressive for the price. The layer lines are visible but subtle, and the overall finish looks smooth and clean. The first layer adhesion was really good as well. I didn't experience issues with prints coming loose, even on larger models, thanks to the heated bed. The PLA filament worked especially well, and the printer's ability to keep the surface warm made sure that the first layer adhered well to the bed. Moving on to speed, the Ender 3 is fairly quick, but like most 3D printers, there is a balance between speed and quality. You can print at around 50 to 60 millimeters a second without too much quality loss, but for more intricate models, you might want to slow it down to ensure better results. If you are printing with ABS or PETG, the print quality is still quite good, but I did notice some warping on larger prints without additional steps like a draft shield or more enclosure around the print area. This is something to keep in mind if you plan on using more exotic filaments. Overall, the Ender 3 produces prints with great detail and precision, and with some fine-tuning, you can get some high-quality results that are often comparable to much pricier machines. By the way, prices on this 3D printer update almost weekly with sales and other general price drops, so if you want to find the most updated information, simply check out the video description and you'll find the latest prices. And of course, if you find this video helpful, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Now let's dive into some of the features and extras that the Creality Ender 3 brings to the table. While it doesn't have the bells and whistles of some high-end printers, it does have some features that make it stand out for the price. First up, the heated bed is a major feature, especially at this price point. The bed heats up to 110 degrees of Celsius, which makes it perfect for printing materials that needs a stable temperature. It's also magnetic, which makes it easier to remove prints. The print volume is 220 by 220 by 250 millimeters, which is pretty decent for a printer at this price. You'll be able to print medium to large objects without feeling too limited, and it's a nice balance between compact size and capabilities. One thing that sets the Ender 3 apart is the community support. Since this printer has been around for a while, it's got an amazing community of users who share tips, upgrades, and mods. There are literally hundreds of third-party parts and upgrades available to improve your machine's performance, from out-of-bed leveling kits to silent fans, and much more. So if you ever want to make your printer better or customize it, you have got a lot of options. When it comes to software, as I mentioned earlier, the Creality Ender 3 works with G-code and is compatible with slicers like Cura and Prusa Slicer. If you are a beginner, I recommend starting with Cura as it's free, intuitive, and widely supported. Once you have sliced your model, you can transfer the file to the Ender 3 using the SD card. The printer itself doesn't have a lot of advanced features in terms of direct connection, but the SD card method works well and is reliable. You can also use the printer's LCD screen to monitor and control your prints. While the Ender 3 doesn't have the touchscreen interfaces that some more expensive printers offer, the interface on the LCD screen is simple and easy to navigate. There is also a knob for scrolling through the menu options, which works fine but might feel a little outdated compared to the smooth, modern touchscreens you use on newer models. One of the best things about the Ender 3 is how modifiable it is. There's a huge aftermarket for upgrades and mods, which is perfect if you want to enhance your printing experience. Whether it's adding out-of-bed leveling, a better cooling system, or swapping out the stock extruder, you can customize the printer to suit your needs. Additionally, there are third-party firmware options like Marlin that can help unlock more advanced features, like thermal protection or silent printing. You can also upgrade the power supply for more stable operation. Overall, if you are into tinkering, the Ender 3 offers a lot of room for improvement and customization, which is great for users who want to get most out of their machine as they gain more experience. Now let's talk about the price. The Creality Ender 3 is one of the best budget 3D printers you can buy today. It typically sits at around $200 to $300 mark, and for that price you're getting a machine that offers excellent print quality, a decent build volume, and plenty of features that make it a great value for both beginners and advanced users. Considering how affordable it is, the Ender 3 punches well above its weight. It's an entry-level printer that doesn't feel cheap, and you can really get some professional quality prints with it, especially once you have dialed in your settings. If you are on the fence about whether to spend more on a high-end printer, the Ender 3 is an amazing entry point into 3D printing that will serve you well for a long time. So guys, let me know in the comments, are you planning to pick up this 3D printer? That's it for this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if this video was helpful, and make sure to check out the description for links to find the most up-to-date pricing on this 3D printer. See you in the next one.